Hey everybody, it's David here from TFNation. Hope you're all doing well. We had the opportunity to have a discussion with Evan Brooks, one of the designers at Hasbro at MCM in London a couple of weeks ago. Now, unfortunately, the audio isn't great, so we've done our best to clean it up and make it listenable for you. So we hope you enjoy it. We ask him a few little off-the-wall questions in regards to his career and history. So again, we want to thank Evan for his time. Hope you all enjoy.
I guess I have always loved toys. When I went to college, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to do something for art. I went to school actually to study illustration. And while I was there, I'm originally from Ohio, specifically Cincinnati, Ohio, where the Kenner office used to be.
Wow, okay.
And because of that, where I went to school, there was a lot of alumni who, because Hasbro purchased Kenner, went to my college. And they held a toy sculpting competition of just like, hey, design a toy. Top 10, top 5 get to interview with Hasbro. I was like, oh, okay. I made a lot of close friends at the time that were also super into toys, and we tried out for that, made it to top 5. We all got to interview. One of my closest friends actually got to get a job and like work with Hasbro. And when I graduated, I kind of bounced around a little bit doing odd-end illustration jobs. He reached out to me and was like, hey, the Creo team is looking for somebody. You like Legos, you like Transformers, and there's a Transformers segment on Creo. You would be perfect for this, you should apply. I applied and I got it. Which, now that I think back about that, I don't know how that happened. And then from there, it just seemed to click. I've enjoyed mostly pretty much every minute of it. Like, I bounced around on the Marvel team, on the Star Wars team. I worked on Zoids and Beyblade and some other stuff. And I always kept saying, once I get to Transformers, I just got to get to Transformers. And then I was finally moved to Transformers, and I was like, I'm not moving. This is where I wanted to go. And thankfully, everybody's like, yeah, you seem to know a thing or two about Transformers. You can stay on the brand. So that's pretty much kind of what's happening. You learn something new every day. Working very closely with the Takara Tomy designers, like, I feel like every time I'm looking at one of their drawings, I just learn something new. But I absolutely love it. There is a lot of difference between designing a live-action movie figure and designing an 86 figure. But I love them both, like, significantly, and I hope that shows in the toys. And
absolutely.
Yeah, we've definitely been trying to raise our game, and obviously, it was only a couple of years ago that we started doing ankle tilts and things like that, and, like, really helping with the posability of the figure, because I think we used to put in a lot of gimmicks, right? Like a lot of features, and we don't really do that anymore. It's more about trying to hone in and making a good action figure that can pose. I like to think that we always have some sort of like finger on the pulse of what the fans are asking for, because, well, one, Mark and I are fans as well, and a lot of this has been stuff that we've been wanting to do. I will say, like, I think what really kickstarted all this is back during the pandemic, when they started having us do like live streams, and then we started creating Instagram accounts so we could actually talk to fans and things like that, and it just kind of just kept growing from there. But I think it's been great. I think it allows us to take feedback, both good and bad, that we think, and one, figure out what people are looking for, like what they kind of want, like what characters they need, and we're hoping to just learn and grow from there. I do think of, like, there are the always difficult ones that are like Shockwave and Megatron, where Megatron has had a history of being many different things because of whatever was going on at the time. He's been a Cybertronian jet, he's been a tank. I always think he's a fun one to play around with. I think it would be fun. Something that we haven't really explored is taking a lot of like the classic Beast Wars characters and showing what their Cybertronian ult modes look like. And I think that's very low-hanging fruit, and I would love to reimagine, say, like, hey, what was Dinobot's Cybertronian like before he became literally a Velociraptor? So I'd probably go off something like that. Yeah, and that actually kind of goes back to what we're doing with timelines right now, where we're sort of exploring Transformer characters waking up in different eras. And it allows us to have a bit of fun, like you're saying. And I guess, going on to the age thing, it's like, talking to fans of all ages, and everybody has a different entry point into the fandom. That's like one of the best parts about coming to some of these conventions and talking to them, where everybody's like, oh, my first was Armada, or like my first was a G1 cartoon, and things like that. But everybody has a different experience, but everybody loves these characters and loves these toys, and I think that's just wonderful.